Doing okay, Winter. One of my co-hosts is with me here today, so you may see the golden wander through at some point. Hopefully, she won't decide to contribute. Look, I wanted to talk to you pretty succinctly today about something that we've mentioned before, but I think it's critical enough that it deserves to be mentioned repeatedly and also to be singled out. For a specific video, if you will, just hammering on this point. We're in the midst of a massive push around the country focused on this idea of transgender ideology. That somehow or another it has escaped our attention before, but magically there are somehow now just vast numbers of individuals who were somehow born into the wrong body, whatever exactly that means. And this is a crisis, and this is a huge issue about discrimination, and all sorts of completely unprecedented things need to be done, including modifying our language, changing the way we play sports, basically the way we do everything. And listen, so I think it's critical on this issue, like it is on so many issues now, to just have some plain talk and speak some truth, okay? This whole thing is pitched to the American people as being about acceptance, about charity, about love, about inclusion, all of this kind of thing. That has nothing to do with what's going on, okay? The American Civil Rights Movement, whether you're talking about black Americans, whether you're talking about women, whether you're talking, frankly, about gay Americans, has always been built on this idea that basically what they're saying is, look, man, I just want the right to live my life on the same terms as you. I just want a level playing field. I'm a black American, and I want to be able to buy a house, get a job, do whatever it is, just like a white guy. I'm a woman, and I want to go be a lawyer. I don't want to be a stay-at-home housewife. I don't want to raise a family. I want to have the exact same rights as a guy to do that. I'm gay, and I've been living with the same person of the same sex for 30, 40 years. We're 100% committed to each other. I want the right to ratify that relationship in some sense. And, I don't know, like be able to buy a house together as a couple and be treated as a couple on taxes and inherit property as a couple. And basically, all I'm asking you to do is treat me like you. What we're dealing with right now has absolutely no similarity to any of those movies. Let's just leave aside for a second the not inconsequential question of whether or not any of this transgender ideology has any scientific basis. Because you're talking about something that up until almost yesterday was considered a psychological disorder that now everyone is mandated to treat as accepted fact that this is even a thing. But beyond that, understand that this is not about acceptance. This is about a war on the family, on traditional structure, on traditional gender roles, etc. You are not being told to accept somebody else, to allow them to live their life as they see fit. What you're being told is that you must change the way you live, the way you speak, and really the cutting edge of this is that your children must be indoctrinated and must be immersed in this, and you as parents 100% absolutely need to stand aside and get out of the way. And this is absolutely 100% about destroying traditional family structure. In addition to the fact that a whole bunch of people in big corporations have figured out how to make a boatload of money off of drugs and counseling sessions and mutilation surgeries that they now call in their usual mumbo jumbo gender affirming surgery. They are coming for your kids. And that is not an exaggeration, and that's not a conspiracy theory. Every single day, if you pay attention, you find children that have been taken out of the custody of their kids somewhere in the United States, out of the custody of their parents, excuse me, somewhere in the United States, because the parents refused to let the 11-year-old begin taking drugs and transitioning to another gender. For real. This ideology is being force-fed to your children by people who literally, absolutely, in the real world, believe they're on the right side of history. You're not. The revolution is here, and guys, you're not the revolutionaries. You're the target of the revolution. And they not only can force-feed this garbage to your children, but they don't need your consent, and they will actively do this without telling you. Now, if you're listening to this and you think, hey, Sam, I think you're being a little alarmist, take a few minutes and just do a little background research of yourself and look into what is happening all around you. And it is not just happening in San Francisco or in Philadelphia. It is happening in schools all around the state. One of the big issues here, I've talked about this before, is KOOTH, K-O-O-T-H, an online mental health counseling program that is now being pushed into schools all over the Commonwealth. They're not thinking about doing it. They are doing it. It is in lots of school districts. And basically, kid that what's going on in their lives, they're 13, they're confused, they're insecure, they're 13, they're teenagers. Well, the problem is you were born into the wrong body, and it starts them down this path to chest binding, to what they call bottom surgery, top surgery, convincing little girls that are 13, 14 years old to cut off their breasts and celebrate this, filling them with drugs. Absolutely no science that justifies this, obviously. It's insane. It's Frankensteinish. It's criminal. And what data does exist shows that people coming out the other side of this a few years down the road are suicidal, recognize the disaster they have made of their lives, and people pushing this are guilt-tripping parents into believing that by consenting to this, they're doing something good for their kids, like all parents want to. Or, as I noted earlier, increasingly when the parents won't get out of the way, they are shoving them aside. K-O-O-T-H. Now, research that, look into the broader subject, and then get on the phone or jump on email or get in text message or whatever, and ask your state rep or your state senator what exactly they are doing about this. How is it, for example, that it is possible that software, this program, K-O-O-T-H, KOOTH, could be being pushed into schools? Where is our state legislature? Where are any of them? Nowhere. Either they're sitting on the sidelines watching, or, God forbid, unfortunately, in a number of cases, one way or the other, they are in bed with the people that are making money off of this. The surgeons that are cutting up your little kids, the people that are pushing software like this. It is a war on family, people. It is real. It is here. It sounds like something out of a bad dystopian novel. God, I wish that was true. It is not. Wake up, get involved, demand answers from the people that get paid to protect you and your family from suffering. I'll talk to you again soon.